Hi folks, it's Mike Murphy. Today's quick tip is for beginners. In this tutorial, you are going to learn how to work with audio and how to create some pretty cool audio effects in Adobe After Effects CC 2024. This tutorial is a complete lesson from my online course called the After Effects User Guide, which you can find at aeuserguide.com. I'll also leave a coupon code in the description, so when you click on Enroll today, just click on Add Coupon Code to get a discount on the course. To add an audio track onto your composition, just drag it right onto the comp window or down in the Layers panel, just like you would any other footage layer. And if you tap the spacebar to preview your animation, you'll hear the audio as well. If you are not hearing audio from After Effects, go to the top menu, After Effects Settings, and then go to Audio Hardware, go to Default Output, and select the speakers of the output source that you want to hear audio. If you want to create a composition based on the video settings, we can just select the video that you imported into the project panel and just drag it right onto the new composition icon at the bottom of the project panel. That is going to create a new composition, and the settings will be based on the video settings. To view the audio properties, twirl open a layer that contains audio, and there you will see an audio group. If I twirl that open, you'll see an audio levels property. This is going to control the gain or the volume of your audio. And then you will see waveform. If I twirl that open, you will get a visual waveform of the audio. If you select a layer that contains audio, tap the letter L, and that is going to show you all of the audio properties for that layer. Tap the letter L again to hide them. If you tap the letter L 2 times, so LL, that is going to show you the audio waveform for that layer. LL again will hide it. If you want to hear audio while you're scrubbing through the timeline, just press and hold the Command key on a Mac, Control on Windows, and now I can see both the video and hear the audio. You can always tell a layer that has an audio track, as you will see a little volume icon next to the visibility icon. And if you want to toggle on and toggle off or to mute the audio, all you have to do is just click, and that will turn off the audio for that layer. So you can also mute the audio. If you use the preview panel, you will see there's include. Just click on the audio, and that is going to mute the audio layer. So when you play back the audio using the preview panel, you will not hear any audio. And to adjust the audio levels, so if you want to turn up or down your audio levels, twirl open the layer that has audio, twirl open audio. I'll also twirl over waveform so you can see it visually. So if you right click on the header, go to columns, choose switches, and now you will have the adjustment. Drag it to the left to lower the levels, drag it to the right to increase the levels. There's also an audio panel, so go to Window, Audio, and with the audio properties selected, you can also adjust the levels, and you know that when you see a stopwatch, that means that you can animate that property. So with the CTI at the beginning of the timeline, I can click to add a keyframe. So maybe I'll just lower the gain here. Move forward in time, bring it back to 0. So now I can create a fade in, or I could do the opposite and do a fade out. And now let's have some fun and create some audio effects. So first, I'm just going to drag this audio track, it's just a music file, onto the composition window. Since there's no video attached to it, we don't see any change, but if I tap the spacebar, you'll be able to hear it. If you go to the top menu, Effect, under the Generate category, you will see Audio Spectrum and Audio Waveform. In order to add these effects, we're going to first create a new solid layer. Like most things in After Effects, there are many different ways that you can create a new solid layer. You can right-click, go to New Solid. You can also go to the top menu, Layer, New Solid, or use the keyboard shortcut Command or Control-Y. Give it a name. I'll click Make Comp Size. That just makes sure that it's the exact size of your composition. The color really doesn't matter, as the effect is going to override the color. I'll just click OK. With the solid layer selected, I'm going to go to the Effects and Presets panel, and do a search for audio, AUDIO, and there we will see the audio spectrum and audio waveform effects. We'll start with spectrum. To add it to the solid, because I have it selected down the layers panel, all I have to do is just double click. So the green color of the solid disappeared, but if I zoom in, we now have these pink dots. I'm going to hide the audio spectrum effect and add the audio waveform onto the same solid, and then we can go back and forth and just compare the two. So I'll click the little FX to hide the audio spectrum effect. I'll go to the Effects and Presets panel, select the audio waveform, and I'm just going to drag it right onto the solid layer. So now it's below the audio spectrum. I'll go back to the audio spectrum effect, and to get the dots to react to the audio file, you need to tell the effect which layer you want to use as the audio source. With the solid layer selected, I'll go to Audio Layer, click the drop down. I'm going to see all of my layers, and I'm just going to choose the audio layer that I want to use as the source. I'll tap the spacebar, and now we have animation. Nice. It's the same thing with audio waveform. Expand audio waveform, go to Audio Layer, click, choose the audio track. I tap the spacebar. If your composition has multiple layers of audio, so if I go to the project panel and drag on another audio file into my composition, I'll select the solid layer and go back to Effect Controls. When I go to Audio Layer and click the drop down, I am going to see every one of my layers, and I can choose any layer that I want to use as the audio source. You can only choose one at a time, but you can toggle back and forth between them until you get the one that you want. So the main difference between this audio spectrum and the audio waveform is audio spectrum looks at the frequency of the audio. So depending on the dynamic range and the magnitude of the levels of your audio, this effect is going to give you different results. But with both of them, you can use the properties to adjust the frequencies or adjust what the effect is doing to get the look the way that you want it. So with the audio spectrum, the left side is looking at the low frequencies of the audio. The right side is looking at the high frequencies. Now if I switch to the audio waveform, notice everything starts on the right side. This is basically following the timeline. So when I drag the CTI to the right, notice that the waveform starts on the right and it's just going to keep going to the left. Whereas audio spectrum is really just looking at the frequencies to cause the animation. And if you don't want audio waveform going from right to left, well, you can just change the start and end points. You can customize everything about both these effects, change the looks, change the colors. I'm now just going to focus on the audio spectrum effect, and I'm just going to point out a few key things to help you get started. To resize and reposition the audio spectrum, you can click on these little origin point handles here. You see, as I'm dragging this, the start point values are changing, and if I click on this one, I'm adjusting the end points. If you lose those little origin points or handles, just click on the audio spectrum name in the effect controls, and at any time you need to reset, click on the reset button. Just make sure though you go to Audio Layer and select the audio layer that you want to use. I'm going to mute the audio, tap the spacebar to preview. As you can see, it's kind of boring. So what you're going to do is just go over to the Effect Controls panel and just change the values. This is all trial and error. Before you know it, you'll have a totally different animation. If I zoom in, you can see the lines are kind of blurry or soft. So you can change the softness down to 0 if you wanted crisper lines. You can also change the thickness of the lines. If you go to display options, it's currently set to digital. You could change it to analog lines to get a totally different look, or you could change it to analog dots. I'll go back to digital. There's also side options. So maybe you want it to look more like an equalizer. You could change it to side A, or change it to side B if you wanted to go in the reverse direction. There's also this hue interpolation, which is kind of fun if you want to create kind of a rainbow effect. And of course, you can change the inside and outside colors. I'm just going to add my logo. I'll use the eyedropper tool so I can sample the colors. If I want to move the spectrum, I can just manually move them, or I could just click on this little icon to get these crosshairs, just so I can make it easy to line it up. I'll do the same for the endpoint, just lining them up. And I can check the values to make sure that they're in a perfect line here. So I can just change this so they match. And for something really fun and cool that you can do with these effects, we're going to create a mask on the solid layer. So to create a mask, select the layer first. You can choose either the pen tool or the shape tool. I'm going to choose the shape tool and choose ellipse tool. Now we know we're about to create a mask based on the icon next to our cursor. That little square with the circle indicates that we're about to create a mask and not a shape. Before I draw out the mask, I'm just going to click on the grid and guide options and toggle on the title action safe. So now I can see the center. It's just going to help me line it up. So I'll click and drag. If I hold the shift key, that'll make a perfect circle. I can hold the space bar to move it around. And you'll see it kind of snaps when it gets in the center. And I'll just let go. Make sure that the solid layer is still selected. Go up to the effect controls to where you see path. Click the drop down. Select the mask that you want to use. And boom. Tap the space bar. And now you've got yourself a pretty cool effect. Everything is still fully customizable about the effect. You can also create additional masks. Just select the solid layer first, choose a shape tool. This time I'll choose the pen tool, and I'm just going to draw a random line. Go to path, choose the mask that you want to use. Easy as that. Want to go back to the circle mask? Just click on the drop down, choose mask 1. If you want to delete one of the masks, tap M to reveal all masks. Select the mask that you want to delete, tap the delete key. For some easy finishing touches, I can select the logo layer, go to the layer menu, layer styles, drop shadow. To add a little movement to my logo, I can go to the effects and presets panel, do a search for hand drawn. With the logo layer selected, all I have to do is double click on the effect, then go to the effect controls panel to fully customize the effect. I'll tap the grave key to go full screen, and just like that, we've got ourselves a fun and cool little animation. If you're a podcaster, you could create yourself a little template and then just swap out the audio file for each new episode. Sky is the limit. You are listening to episode number 100 of Mike Murphy Unplugged. This is the After Effects Guide Show. My name is Mike Murphy. Cheers. Well, now you know you can work with audio and create some fun and awesome audio effects in After Effects. The next lesson is practice time. Well, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. For my online course, the After Effects User Guide, you will find a link in the description to the course. You will also find a coupon that you can use at checkout for a discount. And that is how to work with audio and how to add audio effects in Adobe After Effects CC 2025. My name is Mike Murphy. Cheers.